14, 13, 12, 10, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Hi all, I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2017. It's 4:45 p.m. Just beginning our daily tech setup. So this is actually kind of behind the scenes. If you want to fast forward to about 14 minutes, you'll get to the actual program today. So I'm going to go silent on you as I get set up. So thanks for your patience. Excuse me. I just can't seem to talk and walk at the same time, so it does take my focus for a minute. I am my own sound engineer. I guess maybe that's what you call it, my own engineer, so it takes me a little bit of time to actually get set up here. So let's go to this screen. Okay, and we're going to put this here. Oops, and this here. Almost there, and we'll hit the button. Hey all, I'm Dan Smigrod. I'm the founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2017. We're getting ready for WGAN-TV live at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. That's just about 12 minutes from now. So thanks for your patience as we get set up for our program. We're going to be talking about how to create a vanity URL. First of all, what is a vanity URL? We're going to create one, and we're going to talk about whether to bundle, upsell, or gift a vanity URL to your client. While we typically talk about Matterport, this works for Matterport, any website, any URL that you can forward to. So anyway, that's coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, just about 11 minutes from now. As I mentioned, today's Monday, September 25th. We have a really good lineup of programs for you this week and the following week. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 26th, live at 5, we'll be talking about the free WGAN sample forms library. So as a forum member, it's totally free. I'll explain how to get access to the free forms library. And it's particularly valuable if you're just starting out, but even if you've been doing this for a long time, sometimes there's a need for a particular kind of form. And we'll be talking about that on Tuesday. Members have been contributing forms, I believe, for well over a year now. So very exciting to be able to talk to you about that opportunity. On Wednesday, Matterport service provider Jeff Hogue will be in the spotlight here on WGAN TV live at 5, Wednesday, September 27th. And Jeff is both a broker. He is the broker owner of Hogue Realty in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And in addition to that, runs a Matterport service provider business called 3D 360 Homes, also in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I'm super excited to be talking to Jeff this Wednesday. He's firing on all cylinders. If you have a chance to take a look at it, in fact, let me share my screen with you so you can see what I'm looking at in terms of upcoming program. Should just take me a second. Let's see, and share screen. And here's what I want to take you to. Okay, great. So that you can kind of look on as well. And great, here we are. So if you look at the schedule for this week, September 25th to 29th, and you can always find the schedule up here underneath the Join Virtual Studio Audience button. WGAN TV program schedule. That gets updated weekly. So I'm looking at the schedule for this week, Monday, September 25th through Friday, September 28th. And on Wednesday, you can see there's links, hyperlinks, 3D 360 Homes and Hogue Realty. You'll see how well Jeff integrates Matterport Spaces 3D tours in his brokerage, and as well as having a separate Matterport service provider business. So I have a ton of questions for Jeff. If you're struggling talking to real estate agents, brokers, trying to understand them, I'm going to ask just Jeff a lot of questions about just kind of understanding, what motivates him about Matterport, and then what his pitch is to a prospect that is interested in selling the house, and how he is leveraging Matterport to accomplish that. So that's this Wednesday. It turns out there are actually many, many, many members in the We Get Around Network forum that are both real estate agents or brokers and Matterport service providers, kind of dual role. So anyway, that's coming up on Wednesday. On Thursday, September 28th, I'll be talking to Ryan Baxter. Ryan is the founder of a platform called Viewing, VIEWING .online, viewing.online. Ryan is actually going to premiere the viewing.online platform on We Get Around WGAN TV live at 5 this Thursday. He will demo and discuss his new platform for Matterport service providers. And certainly one of the things that's super exciting is this platform requires a Matterport Spaces 3D tour, even for a listing for a property. And therefore the value of the content that you're creating, this becomes yet another platform to be able to publish to. It's still hosted on Matterport. Nothing changes there, but he's made it super easy and super fast to be able to publish a listing with a Matterport space. And there are some revenue stream opportunities for you as a Matterport service provider. So that's on Thursday, September 28th, 2017. On Friday, September 29th, I will be off in observance of Yom Kippur, a Jewish holiday. Coming up the following week, programming schedule for Monday, October 2nd through Friday, 6 October. 2017. A little bit change in our format. We're going to do WGAN TV live events. It happens that there are two concurrent conferences in Atlanta, and I'm going to be attending those conferences. Now, that said, there's a ton of content regarding augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, AR, VR, MR, and those are the sessions. Out of 100 sessions, there's probably 5 that I think are of interest to our community, and I'm going to attend those and live stream them. So coming up on Monday, October 2nd, incorporating VR and AR into your business. Now, these are not specifically related to Matterport, but I think it's always helpful to hear either clients or agencies talk about AR, MR, VR, and either what they're doing or how they're using it. And then in this case, I think you'll make the translation of how that matters to you. I guess that would be a pun. On Tuesday, October 3rd, there's a new media chat, Why Georgia is Poised to Lead the Next Wave of Hollywood Innovation. Obviously I'm in Georgia. I care about the topic. I'm going. So, why should you tune in? I think is 2 reasons. One, if there's any film or television, if that's in any way happening in your market, I think what happens in Georgia will relate back to those in New York and Texas and Los Angeles and Vancouver, Toronto, and elsewhere. And the president of Pinewood Studios, this is where all those big blockbuster MGM James Bond movies are made. All the Marvel here in Atlanta, where all the Marvel movies on sound stages here in Atlanta. So I think if nothing else, it'll just be really interesting and fun to hear about television, film, and I'm hoping that there'll be some discussion of virtual reality. If there's not, I'll probably prod the panelists during the discussion to talk about that. Then on Wednesday, October 4th, New Realities, AR, VR, and MR. Again, there'll be some agency people. I think there may be some client people, and I think that'll be an interesting topic. On Thursday, October 5th, there's kind of a conference within a conference. Moxie is running a Future X Live conference. I attended that last year. It was super exciting. It was really awesome. And yeah, hang on one sec. Live show. I'm actually live on television right now. Can I switch with you at all? I think conference room 201, 101. The video doesn't work. I'll switch. Okay. Let my team know. Hey, I got to switch rooms here. I'll be right back with you. Thanks for your patience. Okay. All right, so you get a little tour of Atlanta Tech Village. This is where we get around. Atlanta has offices. There's 1,000 people here from 300 companies. I obviously got a mixed up signal with rooms. The amazing thing here is that the Wi-Fi is just awesome, so I can be on the fly and actually have a good connection. So we'll pop into this conference room here. And we'll give that a shot. Thanks for your patience here. Do you think this ever happened to Peter Jennings on ABC World News Tonight? Sorry, Peter, we need the set. So let me see if I can get plugged back in and oriented. So I've just switched locations. And I actually think we're good. I think change that a little bit. Move that over. And then coming up on, so anyway, on Thursday, October 5th, Moxie Future X Live. This was an amazing all-day conference last year. It was kind of like the history of VR, where VR is today, the future of VR, and who's making money with it. Now, I think this year's topic will probably be a little bit broader. I will not have an opportunity to live stream, but I'll be taking notes and share those notes with you. On Friday, October 6, 2017, topic is VR training, why major brands are getting on board. That's an Atlanta virtual reality agency that will be giving a presentation. We'll probably hear about a number of major brands in Atlanta that are using virtual reality. And I think those, I always find going to conferences and events is really stimulating, just kind of gets the brain going. So it's a week long of live events. That's the week of Monday, October 2nd. So let me, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm giving you a tour, but I realized I'm on screen share, so you're all probably making fun of me. No, there's no tour. I thought I was giving you a tour as I was switching rooms at Atlanta Tech Village. So that's funny. Anyway, almost time for live at 5. So bear with me one moment. Fix this wire here. Yep. Okay. I think we got it taken care of. And screen sharing. Okay. And record to the cloud. So in 5, 4. Hi, I'm Dan Smigrod. I'm founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2017. You're watching live at 5. That's 5 o'clock Eastern Time. We typically do the program Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. So thanks for tuning in. Today's topic is we're going to talk about vanity URLs, how to create a vanity URL, and bundle or upsell or gift it. So I probably should talk just a little bit. I'm going to assume this is a newbie's program. So I'm going to just first share my screen here for a second. And I'm looking for my Google screen here. And give me a moment. Let me create that again for you. Okay, let me see if I can clear this for a sec. Whoop, don't want to do that. And I think I'm actually in the wrong place to share screen. So let me stop that, go back to screen sharing. And I'm looking for, yeah, there we go. So when I talk about a vanity URL, what is that? Typically you see an address like 123mainstreet.com.info. That's a vanity URL as opposed to my Matterport ./XYZ274813. It's not something that's memorable or easy to tell people. And typically it's the street address of a property. So here's a vanity URL that I've ordered, www.739Trabert, Trabert, Avenue.info. And that's a vanity URL. That's what we actually share with our client. And let me go ahead and I'm going to hit return so you can see that we've actually have that pointing to a Matterport space that's embedded in, that's been powered by WP3D models. So this is the page that we like to take people to see. I think this URL is a little bit long for us. It serves its purpose of putting the company name in Atlanta, so we're doing a little bit to help our with SEO. But this is the page that we want to send people to. There's the Matterport space. There's a little bit of description about our client, Future Us. We've embedded a video. There's where they're located in Atlanta. We could zoom in and find that. Here are still images, and then the two contacts for this space. And then there's also a lead generation page. So I like to show that because you can use a vanity URL to go to a Matterport space directly, or if you embed the Matterport space as a single property website using WP3D models, I just think this is just how we like to deliver everything all together. So that is just briefly what a vanity URL looks like, and how we have it pointed to a page. Before I actually walk you through, and I'm gonna actually purchase a vanity URL so you can literally see kind of step by step. It is not hard. It is really super easy. But unless somebody shows it to you maybe one time to just go through the process, it may seem a little bit insurmountable. So I'm going to actually do an actual buy a URL and point it to a page. But before I do that, what I wanted to do is talk about the value of vanity URLs. They are worth probably at least $50. So, and if you can purchase a vanity URL for $1 or $2 and make literally $50, and if you're shooting 50 Matterport spaces a year, and you can, or let's call it 100 Matterport spaces a year, that's 100 times 50, or if I'm doing my math right, am I doing that right? That would be $5,000. I better do my math and just make sure. I haven't done my math in a while here. $5,000. Look at that. So if you're not using vanity URLs as part of your upsell or your bundle, and we'll talk about gifting as well, then if you're doing 100 models a year and you have the potential to upsell every one of them, then you may be leaving as much as $5,000 on the table. And I don't know why you'd want to do that. And frankly, not only can you get paid for the vanity URL, your client will be happier because your client doesn't want to have to remember a long URL that they have to constantly copy and paste from someplace else. And more importantly, we have clients that put the URL in a mailing. So it's very nice for it to say essentially www.123mainstreet.com.org, .us, whatever, and it's easier from a marketing perspective for an agent, a broker, or any client to have a nice vanity URL to be able to hand out when they want to send someone looking at a Matterport space, as part of a single property website or in any other page. So the vanity URL is just, it adds so much value that my sense is so many in the We Get Around Network Forum community are so busy creating Matterport spaces that you sometimes miss an opportunity to upsell a client with something that's super easy to do. So, I probably have said it every which way to Sunday, but it's that important. And there are a couple of things that are so easy to upsell or to bundle or to gift in the direction of getting to clients, buying that on a regular basis. Just because it's easy for you to create something, just because it costs you $1 to create, that has nothing to do with your pricing. Your pricing is based on value. So if you take a look at the guide to Matterport service provider pricing curated by We Get Around, and incidentally, that guide you get as a forum member. You get a free 30-day pass as a basic, standard, and premium member. You get an all-access pass on an ongoing basis. But if you are a forum member, you have free access to the guide to Matterport service provider pricing. It's an online guide. We have deep links that go to we may be approaching 100 Matterport service provider websites, and we have a second link that literally goes to the rate card. And when you click through to the rate card, you'll see that there are Matterport service providers that are asking as an optional extra as much as $50 for vanity URL for something that takes less than a minute to order it, and cost typically less than $5, and frequently even less than that. I haven't spent enough time actually going through the guide to see if anyone is charging more than $50 for a vanity URL. But the point is, charging $49 or $50 for a vanity URL is actually doable. I think in some other programs, either in the past or going forward, we'll talk about some of the other opportunities like two-dimensional floor plans, which can be sold for $99, $149, $199, depending on your market. Videos, now that Matterport provides two short videos in a GIF file. These are things that you can either upsell or add to a bundle. So anyway, today I just wanted to really focus on vanity URLs. And if the only takeaway today is that, oh, now I understand what a vanity URL is. Oh, I can see how that would add a lot of value to our clients. But I'm kind of scratching my head, wondering how I actually order a vanity URL. Then we're up to that point. So that's what I wanted to show you. So let me go ahead and share screen. And I know for many of you this is really basic, and it's just it it's not something that's necessary. But I really wanted, because I know when I started out, at some point I didn't know what a vanity URL was, and then it seemed, well, where do I go to get one of those? And gee, that seems hard. And so certainly when I started getting vanity URLs, I guess it probably was hard. And it is now super easy and super fast to order a vanity URL. So give me a moment. I'm just calling up my GoDaddy account, and I'm going to share screen with you here. So it's just take me a second. And now we're looking at the front page of GoDaddy, and you can see I've already signed in to my account. It doesn't cost anything to set up a GoDaddy account, and then you can manage all your URLs, all your vanity URLs within GoDaddy. It's easy, fast, and simple. I'm sure there's probably other vanity URL solutions. I just happen to use GoDaddy. There is a We Get Around Network forum discussion on this topic of vanity URLs. So if you think GoDaddy is not the right solution and you want to recommend something else, that's terrific. If you disagree with something I said and you want to put in your 2 cents about this topic of vanity URLs, then let's do that. So anyway, so here is a search box where I'm going to type in Future Us. That's actually the name of our client, Future Us, and they're in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm going to type in Future Us, and here are URLs that are presently available. So the Future Us VIP, Future Us Online, that's available for 99 cents the first year. Literally $1. Future Us Club, Future Us Life, Future Us Today. I had looked at this earlier and I decided, okay, Future Us Today is the one that I want. I'm going to add it to the cart. I'm going to go to my cart. And GoDaddy does try to upsell. I mean, as much as this is a pain in the tush to look at all the upselling going on, there's think about, they're doing something by selling domains inexpensively and then attempting to upsell. So there's something to be learned here in terms of maybe how you're offering your services, if this is the kind of pricing that you like, and upselling, everything is an optional extra. Okay, do I want anything else attached to that? No. Do I want a Go Central website free for a month? No. Do I want to create an email address? No, thanks. Continue with these options. I'm now in my shopping cart. So how did I get to $101.95? They pre-filled in 5 years. I don't like this, but it's the way they do it. I'm going to change it to 1 year. I'm back to $1.99. Keep my contact information private. I'm not going to use that. Matching domains available. I don't need that. They have a lot of other services that they would like to sell me, but this is all I want. I just want this futureus.today domain. Round up for charity. Nope, I'm going to pass on that. The total is $2.17. I'm going to proceed to checkout. And here is my billing information, my payment information. I have a credit card on file. I need to complete your order, please enter the characters you see below. So let's see how I do on that. X4854EW. Place your order. And I'm done. $2.17. I now own the domain Future Us Today. I thought that was a nice play on words, and our client might like that. Now I'm going to go back up to domains, or excuse me, I'm going to go up to my account, manage domains, and I'm going to type in Future Us to locate the one we just bought. Future Us Today. I'm going to click on that. Okay, I did set it to auto renew. That's something I can change if I want. It's got a billing address, additional settings, manage DNS. I'm going to click on that. And I'm looking for forwarding. So I'm going to add forwarding. And I'm going to go get that page that we were looking at. I'm now outside of the sharing screen, so just take me a second and I'll show that to you again. I'll do this steps slowly when I paste it in. So this is the actual single property website address. I'm going to get rid of the https:// and I'm going to set that over here. I'm going to make this a permanent forward. Settings forward only, and update my name servers and DNS settings to support change. So I'm going to hit save. And this is relatively fast. I'll try typing it in right now. Future Us, FUTURUS, dot today. And it can take up to a couple minutes. Sometimes it is just amazingly screaming fast, and sometimes it takes longer than that. So incidentally, I think you can see this screen here. So if we were doing just the Matterport URL, I would go into the link right there, copy the link, and then that's what I would put in GoDaddy. So we'll try one more time. And of course, like every demo, it didn't work. But I'll take a look after the program just to make sure that I did everything okay. The point is, it actually is, once you're doing this, it is easy, fast, and simple to order a domain and set the forwarding so that, I just want to try it one more time before I move on. It's like the circus. I get three tries with the acrobats. Future Us Today. Future Us Today. We'll give that a shot. Nope. Okay. So let me take it off. Stop sharing. So anyway, my demo wasn't the best. I'll go make sure that I did the link correctly. Sometimes it's just a matter of time for it to update the DNS servers. And then generally I find within minutes, it's available to share. So you just want to double check that it actually is working before you share it with your client. I didn't give you the best demo today. I was really hoping it would just be, silky smooth, that when after I did the forwarding, that it automatically worked, and then I was ready to share it. But I think you get the idea. Now, as part of today's program, one of the things I talked about was gifting. So the world sometimes is not black and white. So in one case, you might upsell for $49 or $50 to offer a vanity URL. Second, you might put it in a bundle. So if you're bundling solutions, and I encourage you to do a bundle, it's really hard for agents and brokers to compare one company's bundle with another when you start tricking it out with stuff so that it's not apples to apples, because ultimately you want to be getting a higher price, I'm sure, than what you're presently getting. So when you start bundling in single property website, still photography, Matterport 3D tour, aerial drone, the map, the lead generation form within that single property website, the vanity URL, video, GIF files. When you start bundling all this together, then you're creating a package that you might show individually that it costs $750. But when bought as a bundle, you save 25% and it costs X. So think about bundling if you're not presently doing that. My impression is a lot of Matterport service providers sell a la carte. And bundling is almost an entire topic for the day, but it is an example of where, if you're, I'll just digress for a moment. If you're competing with other Matterport service providers in your market and they're charging rock bottom and you have no idea how they're doing it, in all likelihood, they are bundling. So imagine that you offer a Matterport space 3D tour totally free. When you buy the bundle that includes still photos, aerial, single property website, vanity URL, and everything else that you're going to load in there anyway. So all we've done is a little bit of marketing and positioning to enable the ability to use the word free. One of the top 10 words in marketing is be able to say free Matterport space 3D tour. And that asterisk goes to when you buy our bundle. And the bundle includes everything else. And by the time you add the Matterport space, because your bundle is large enough now, because you figured the floor plans at $199 and it cost you a fraction of that. You figured the vanity domain at $50 and it cost you a fraction of that. You included video that was automatically generated by Matterport, and you charge some amount. So all of a sudden, you have a lot of places where you're making a lot of money, even though the perceived value is extremely high. And now you're able to offer a Matterport Space 3D tour free or for $199 or whatever, but it's when they buy your bundle. That's the key. You want to get inbound leads. You want the phone ringing. You want to have an offer that may be as aggressive if that fits into your the kind of pricing strategy that you do. But that's an example of a bundle. So a bundle could be that you include the vanity URL, or it may be when you buy the bundle, you get the free URL and free something else. So that's what I wanted to talk about. In terms of gifting, what do I mean by that? I don't know about you, and I don't know if this is unique to some of the Chinese restaurants in Atlanta, but when my wife and I go out and we order a meal, generally an extra vegetable gets delivered, or an extra side dish, or an appetizer. So you feel really good because they've comped you something you really weren't expecting it. Even when you get to the end of the meal, I guess you're kind of expecting fortune cookies. The Chinese restaurants that we frequent, out come the fortune cookies, and then comes the orange slices. That may be the vanity URL, may be something that you didn't even promise to the client. It's just that's how you delivered it. So that kind of fits into the category of surprise and delight. I could probably do an entire program on surprise and delight. So I'd just ask you that question. What are you doing to surprise and delight your clients? And vanity URLs, no, you saw we just paid, what was it? Was it like less than $2 for vanity URL? For less than $2 for something that has a perceived value of $50, that we can surprise and delight a client and gift it to them. And it may be you simply gift it to them the first time. And if they ask, how do I get that the next time? You say, well, that's free when you buy our bundle, or it's $49. So there's an opportunity. I'm not giving away all your money in terms of surprise and delight, but I think the point is, it's something that has a de minimis cost to you, certainly in year one. And you might spring for .com. I often buy .info, info, because they are frequently under $5. And I've never had any pushback or question from an agent or broker or client asking for a .com, surprisingly. which actually does cost more, but even then it may only cost $15. So anyway, where was I? The point is, for $2, you even saw one, it was 99 cents for the first year. You could surprise and delight your client by gifting them a vanity URL. And if they say, gee, I love that, how do I get that on our future spaces with you? You can decide whether you want to continue to gift it, you want to include it in a bundle, or just let them know that you charge separately for that. So anyway, that's kind of our program today. How to order a vanity URL, why you want to order a vanity URL, and then how you might use it in terms of upsell, bundle, or gifting. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum, and you've been watching WGAN-TV live at 5.